It's my pleasure to introduce our panelist for today's broadcast, Takeshi Komoto. Takeshi serves as Executive Director of Japan External Trade Organization, New York office. He assists the President of JETRO New York office as an Executive Director to promote trade and investment between Japan and the United States. In particular, his current focus is on Abenomics, the economic policy led by Prime Minister Abe to business communities in the U.S. He joined the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, the predecessor of METI, in 1993, where he started his career in international affairs. We are also joined today by Diane Adachi, Director from Advisory Services at Radius. Diane advises clients on compliance and risk management and helps companies with expansion into global markets and specializes in the Asia-Pacific region. Prior to joining Radius, Diane worked with various positions in higher education, technology, and media. She has worked with country governments in over 33 countries and led special initiatives in cooperation with Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, and the World Bank, as well as the U.S. State Department on Technology, Trade, and Sustainable Development Projects. She has lived abroad in Japan and was also a special correspondent for the Japan Times, Japan's largest English daily newspaper, and has written articles on U.S.-Japan relations. The agenda for today's broadcast will begin with a review of the Japanese economy and why investment in Japan for American businesses, presented by Takeshi, followed afterwards by a review of country specifics for expansion into the Japanese market by Diane. But before I turn over to Takeshi, we will run our first polling question of the broadcast. I'll launch the polling interface for our audience. What is the biggest challenge your organization faces when expanding or operating in Japan? Please use the voting panel on the side of your screen to cast your response. We'll leave the polling interface open for approximately 10 to 15 seconds to let the audience respond to the poll. I'd like to thank the audience's enthusiasm. I can see that the audience is responding. Approximately 40% of the audience has responded at this point. We'll leave the polls open for approximately another 5 to 6 seconds to give everybody a chance to respond who cares to today. Takeshi and Diane, a clear trend is emerging. I'll go ahead and close the poll now in another 2 seconds. 1, 2, I'll go ahead and close and share the results with the audience. Takeshi, we have a clear leader today regarding country compliance for local regulations, followed at 50%, followed quickly at 19% by human resources and employee benefits, at 19%, 16% weighing in on expatriate concerns, followed by a trailing 9% on risk management and 6% on payroll considerations. I'll go ahead and hide the polling interface and turn the presentation over to our first panelist, Takeshi.
Hi, thank you, Ed. My name is Takeshi Komoto. I'm the Executive Director of JETRO New York office, seconded from Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry of the Japanese government. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity today. I'm very excited to be part of this seminar. Today, I would like to talk about business opportunities arising in Japan for U.S. companies. I'm not so sure how many of you are aware of the current development of the Japanese economy, but in a word, Japanese economy is on the rise. In particular, what we observe now is the spectacular increase of stock price in Japan, as shown on the slide, since the end of 2012, which accompanied an increase of private consumption and gross domestic product GDP as a whole. With the depreciated Japanese currency, yen, the increase of export has also contributed to the rise of economy. What is behind this economic rise in Japan? Next. It's the Abenomics, the economic policy led by current Prime Minister Abe, who came into office in December of 2012. Just briefly about Abenomics, it consists of 3 pillars: aggressive monetary policy, flexible fiscal policy, growth strategy, in other words, structural reforms. The goal of Abenomics is to achieve 2% real GDP growth over the next 10 years. Next. I will not go into the details of the growth strategy, but foreign direct investment, meaning more foreign companies operating in Japan, plays a critical role in this growth strategy. Prime Minister Abe is leading this initiative to double the foreign direct investment into Japan to 35 trillion yen, which is equivalent to about 350 billion US dollars by the year 2020. This is an ambitious goal for Japan, but Prime Minister Abe is very serious. Prime Minister Abe visited New York last month and gave a speech at Invest Japan seminar organized by JETRO on September 23rd. His message was very clear. I will open the Japanese market and change Japan even more through investment from abroad. Next.